iltaa kaikille ja tervetuloa juhlimaan Suomen 100-vuotista itsenäisyyttä. Nyt toivon, että kaikki stipendiaatit tulette tänne eteen. Olkaa hyvä. Kaikki stipendiaatit. Eikö mahtava joukko nuoria tulevaisuuden tekijöitä? Mesi-autio, mesi. Mistä Suomi tunnetaan maailmalla?
For me, I think Finnish around the world is an opportunity to connect with people because it's such a small community that in the US and even in Texas, even though there's so many of us here, it's an ability to have like a very strong connection because we all face the same challenges and we have the same culture.
Great, thank you. Julius Blom. Julius, milloin olet käynyt Suomessa ja missä?
Viimeksi mä olin Suomessa, mä kävin Helsingissä ja mä näin mun vanhemmat tai isovanhemmat ja muita ystäviä.
Great. Sofia Haik. Sofia. Suomi vai Finland?
Finland.
Why?
I've just always been saying Finland.
Great, thank you. Joakim Laine. Joakim. Mikä on sinulle tärkein sana Suomesta?
Sisu.
Miten arvasinkaan tämän? Saralainen, Sara. Mikä sinussa on suomalaisuutta? Hieno. Itsenäisyys. Petteri Kirkonen. Petteri, mitä metsä sinulle merkitsee?
Hauska paikka, mihin voi mennä ja olla siellä vaan kesällä ja talvella.
Wow, suomalainen. Telttailee talvella. Mia Suni. Mia. Do you have anything with or from Finland? Do you have anything from Finland? Clothes, scarf, anything? Chocolate? Katse, suklaa. Onneksi olkoon. Te olette kaikki tänä vuonna Mannerheim-stipendiaatteja.
I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit here. In my other life, other than being honorary counsel, which is very near and dear to my heart, and I enjoy tremendously. I've always had an infatuation with Finland and its people. But in my other life, I'm an attorney at Gardair, which is the lead sponsor. And I want to just mention two people that really helped out with the program financially. And one of those is my partner, Kevin Chubney. Stand up, Kevin. And then the second, although he used to be with Gardair and a great partner of mine, decided he'd move on to greener pastures, I suspect. But when we were talking about bringing the band in, it was determined that they absolutely had to have visas, particularly with the way the government is going these days. And a lawyer at Fragaman, which is a immigration firm, stepped up and said, "I tell you what," he said, "I will do all the legal work pro bono," and that's thousands of dollars, and that's Steve Laddick. Steve, can you stand up? Thank you both very much for your commitment. We got a huge crowd here tonight, and a lot of people have been coming to the gala celebration that we've had at the Urban Chamber. And I've been lucky and fortunate enough to be able to read these essays, and I say this every year and I'll say it again. Kevin and I are corporate lawyers, and we spend our lives and our days reading contracts, correcting contracts, and every word's important. And what has really amazed me is these young men and women, their skills of the English language, not only the language itself, but punctuation and grammar. And I've said it before and I'll say it tonight, some of these folks here, these young people, write as well as some of the young lawyers that come into our firm. So I think it bodes well for you folks in the years to come, and I'm sure every one of you will be successful. I've been asked to pick the best essay, and I don't know if you say the best essay, they're all great. But this one just kind of affected me a little bit, so I thought I would pick it and then read it to you tonight. So, best of my courage. A Finn that I admire the most. I always thought it was so cool having two parents who were immigrants, but I never thought deeper into what all went into how they ended up where they are now. My dad moved from Finland all the way to Dallas, Texas, where he now lives with his family in the suburbs. The question is, how did he make that happen? My dad was born and raised in Finland until 1997, when he went to Texas Tech as an exchange student. His plan was to study then leave, but then he met my mom. They both decided to live together in Texas in 1998. Quickly after, they had me in 1999. In just a couple of years, my dad had to adapt from living in a small town in Finland to a big city in the United States. Despite being away from all of his family and living somewhere completely different, he managed to support this family ever since day one. My brother and I have always lived in Texas, so we have been raised in a very different environment than our parents. Even so, my dad has always made sure that we are aware of our Finnish heritage and is continuously teaching us about our background. Many immigrants come to the U.S. and become so influenced by the American culture that they forget their own. But while my dad appreciates American culture, he will always be proud of being Finnish and teaching us to be as well. Growing up, my dad was my coach, teacher, and friend. I've played many sports in my life so far, and for every single one, I had his support. He was constantly helping me get better and going to all my games, so I knew he was supporting me. I love playing sports, but the most important thing for me was that I made him proud. Math was never my strongest subject, and during late nights while I was doing my homework, my dad was there helping me no matter how frustrated I was. My dad has had such a positive impact on my life, teaching me, being there for me, and always making me laugh. Despite all the differences in cultures, my dad has adapted. yet held on to his heritage while being an amazing dad. He continues to learn about American culture while also teaching me about endless things, and that's why I admire him the most. So, who wrote it?
All right, thank you everybody. And scholarship recipients, they can be seated.